Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to Solution Challenge Technical Events, Flutter and Dart. Let me quickly show what I am going to cover in this session. I will begin with why Flutter is a very beautiful framework compared to others, and what Flutter offers for the its developers. And then we will quickly move to quickly cover the introduction to Dart, which Flutter framework was built in. And then we move to Flutter framework. In Flutter we cover some basic widgets and how we ourselves write the code and see how beautifully we can build write code in Flutter. And we see the navigation between two pages in Flutter. Like if there are two screens, how to go from one screen to another screen, how to maintain that flow, that we will see. And later we go to how to learn new widgets. Like we are covering only some basic set of widgets in this session. So how you want to explore, if you want to explore where to see, that we cover. And after that, what we the widget we learned in the session, in the before section, we from that we try to build an app. So let me move to introduction. Why Flutter? Flutter enables developers to build beautiful UIs very less time, and the app runs on every device very fastly. And another important thing about Flutter is it is open source, so that all the issues can be addressed quickly. Um, so Flutter enables us to build beautiful UIs. There was a trend in industry that, like, when designer was designing designing screens, they should keep the developer in mind that that design should not be more complex. But it is not the same thing with Flutter. The designer need not compromise on anything. He can give the beautiful designs, and the Flutter developer can build it very easily with the tools that were offered by Flutter. And Flutter is it runs very fastly. The app runs very fastly, thanks to Skia 2D rendering engine that Flutter uses, which uses hardware acceleration to provide graphics. This enables junk-free graphics junk-free graphics. And Flutter runs compiles directly into the native ARM code. And it also improves the speed of the app. And Flutter is actually the most important thing I like in Flutter is the productivity that Flutter offers. See, like when we change something, we can simultaneously see the changes we made in the app. How nice it is. Like we code and run the app at the same time. It is the beauty of Flutter. And Flutter is open, which offers the community. Today, LinkedIn data says Flutter is the fastest growing skill among the software engineers. Millions of the companies with millions of users use Flutter for their apps. Top 15 GitHub Flutter repo is one of the top 15 repos in the GitHub. So now we move to Dart introduction. Dart is the programming language developed by Google. It was optimized for UI, and it offers productive development using hot reload in its Dart virtual machine. Like, see, if Flutter offers a hot reload, then obviously the Flutter was built using Dart. Dart should offer it, right? So Dart, the future that Flutter got is actually from Dart. And Dart was optimized to run fast on all platforms. It runs JavaScript. It compiles into JavaScript in web, and it compiles into native ARM code in all other devices, all other mobile devices. So when we are learning a new language, it won't be good if we start without writing hello world, right? So let's dive into writing hello world. Like every other language, like the like C or C++, the dot execution starts from main function. To print output in the console, there is a function, print function, like Python. The syntax is similar to C or C++. That's it. I will run this code. See, hello world. This is the hello world program. The dot execution starts from main function, and we are printing the hello world. Yeah, it is printed in console. So our first program in every language was written. Now let's move on to next step. You can run this code actually if you want to follow along with me. Go to dotpad.dev. You can run this code and see the output yourselves. So next we move to variable declaration. How to declare variables. The data offers 3 kinds of declarations. Actually speaking 5, but let them. I will cover those 2 in later. We can explicitly declare the data type of the variable. Like if it is string, I'll say string club, string variable name. If it is an integer, I will say int variable name. So it is the explicit declaration of the data type variable, the data type of the variable I am using. And another type is implicit, like dot is intelligent enough that it can understand what is the data type by seeing the constant in the right hand side. Like if it is SASTRA here, it is enclosed in double quotes. From that, dot understands it as string. So it is while using where, it is implicitly it infers that it is a string variable, and the college will be from now it will be string variable. And dynamic is another type. The difference between where and dynamic is there is no data type for dynamic. Like college here implicitly refers to string, and it is only string. But cluster, first now it is it is string, but later if I assign it to an integer, assign an integer to it, it won't complain. But if we use where, it complains. That is like the data type is not like, there is no data type if we use dynamic. It can be anything. So I will show. If I guess it won't be that clear my words. So I will try to show here. So I declared a variable, and string, it will be string. And now I try to assign with a print. I will print it first. So now I try to assign a integer to it. Dot will complain for it. See, a value of a type int can't be assigned to string. So if I change it to dynamic, there isn't any issue. So when it is dynamic, there won't be a single data type. The data type can be anything. And another thing is, if var a variable is declared with using var keyword, and no constant was assigned to it, it will be inferred as dynamic data type, not as the like it won't have anything to infer from, right? So it will be inferred as dynamic data type. So here, even if I can assign a equals to string, a string and another variable here. That's all. 3 ways to declare a variable in Dart. Now we will see another two keywords we use while declaring variables. They are final and constant. Final and constant. For final and constant, we can assign the value only once. But the difference between constant and final is that constant right hand side's value should be known at the compile time. That is, for example, take datetime.now. the value that variable takes is not known until the program is running. So in that case, we can use final. For example, take pi, the value of pi is known to us while we are writing code, and so it is known prior to running. So we can use constant. And for example, where we can use final is like there. For example, we are making HTTP GET request, and we are getting a HTTP response. So we don't want the response to be changed by any part of the code. So what we make final HTTP response equals to that we will assign the response to this final HTTP response. It is assigned only once, and the value cannot be changed, but it can be assigned at the runtime also. That is the difference between constant and final. And now we will move to functions. Function is exactly there is nothing difference between C++ functions, C functions, and Dart functions. But like the C function you wrote works in Dart, but Dart offers something extra also. See here, this add function takes two arguments. This is a return type. It returns an int, and it takes two arguments, A and B, and it will return. Sorry, I was checking messages if there was any problem. Okay, there was. It is the return type that this function will return, and there were two arguments, A and B. Their data type is integer. This we perform the function logic and return something. The return type should be matched with this. And what Dart does extra here is this data type, this variable type and return type. We need not specify them. Like if they were not specified, they will be inferred as dynamic. We know what happens if it is dynamic, right? So it will infer that way. Whatever is missing, it will be dynamic. So I will show you. See this also. Like this was called Lambda functions. Lambda functions are the one-line functions where we write the whole function in one line. Here it is the return type, same as then function name same, and arguments also same. Like here I wrote AB because I want to infer it can be written without data types. Even if I write int A, int B, it won't be like it is the same syntax. And this after this arrow mark, we need to write a return statement, like what this function is going to return, expression we need to write from this argument. So let me show you by explaining this. So the same functions I explained in the slides were there here. This return, let me make it A into B. See 1 plus 2, 3, and 2 into 3, 6. Let me show you all the things I mentioned. That say here A will be a dynamic data type. Like I didn't specify any data type for it, so it will be a dynamic data type. See, the code run without any problem. I will this time I am going to remove this return type. Although Dart provides all this, it is preferred to use data types every time. Style guides mention that it is better to use data types every time. Yeah. Here also we can make this also. So these parameters were called positional arguments. So they were mandatory arguments that will be matched by position. Like 1 will be matched to A and 2 will be matched to B by position. So first is the A, second is B, like that. And another feature is named parameters. We can make them named, like while calling the function, we should we should pass the arguments by mentioning its name. Like we are passing true to the one variable. we are passing true to the bold variable, we are passing false to the hidden variable. Like that, we need to mention the value. Only value is not sufficient, we need to mention the name also. For making, while declaring, we just need to add this curly braces to make them keyword arguments, key named parameters. So while calling, we should specify the name of the argument, that is bold, and put a colon, and we should pass the value for that argument. And these key named parameters were optional. We need not pass the value for it while calling that function. But if you want the named parameter to be mandatory, we need to use annotation, required annotation. It is in we need to impose a meta package for it. After importing a meta package, we can specify this annotation required. While mentioning it, if you mention that if while calling this function, if you didn't pass a value for a hidden variable, it will raise an error. So that we covered variable declaration, first hello world, variable declaration, functions, parameters, named parameters. Now we move to the last topic, classes. These classes, it's exactly like C or C++. The C++, don't have classes, sorry. Exactly like C, C++. We need like public, private, we need not mention. Private variable should start with underscore. That's the only thing. We specify class members in the start, like C++ itself, like C++. And this is the constructor writing. Constructor, class name, and in curly braces, in parentheses, we need to write the arguments for the arguments that constructor takes. And we need in the function body, like in the constructor body, we need to write the logic for the assignment of the class data values. And here, this is optional here, actually, but not optional here. But sometimes we need not use. Like when here, see, this x and this x and this x were same. Like here, argument is say x and class member is also x. In these cases, this is mandatory. Like when there is an ambiguity between local variables and the class members, this keyword is mandatory, but it is not mandatory always. So here, another extra thing that Dart offers is named constructors. For declaring named constructors, what we need to do is write class name and write the name of the constructor. Like let us assume origin. Let's suppose origin is the name of the constructor, and we use in C++ also, right? Like initializer list will be there, x equals to initializer list. Dart also offers. We need not initialize in the initializer list. Like only final variables need to be initialized in the initializer list. You can even initialize this in like the function body. Just I want to show that there is initializer list was also there in Dart. I wrote this constructor using initializer list. This was called named constructor. Like the name of this constructor is origin. To instantiate an object with using this constructor, you need to just call this like point.origin. That's it. Like as we declared, we need to call that also. Like if there are arguments, we need to pass here like point.origin of 3, 2. Like if there were arguments, this named constructor takes. And functions also simply normally we should write like nothing special here. Like, that's what I want to say. Here I wrote a function using lambda. I wrote a lambda function for calculating distance between origin and the point and this point. That's it. When we declare variables, both getters and setters will be automatically created. So we directly can assign point.x equals to 4, and we can directly call point.we can directly call method. This actually isn't getter. Sorry for that. If I print pointer, like I actually might have first written point.x and later updated. That's why it was wrong. It's not getter. If there was a point.x here, it is called getter. and now here I was calling a function from the print statement. So we covered that's it, the introduction of Flutter. We covered basics needed. There was something more also there, like asynchronously fetching data, that and all streams that were also there in Dart, but that is more a complex topic that we won't be able to cover now, like in this session. Now we will move to widgets. I will go live code and show this, like, and I am closing this so that it won't interrupt. It won't take my resources. Okay, fine. Yeah. I just created a boiler code because first time it takes times to install the app. I don't want to waste time waiting for the app to install. That's why I wrote a simple code, and I will remove that also. See, this was the app. Like this was the folder structure we get when it was actually when we create a new project in Android Studio. Like installing Android Studio and everything was already well documented, and there are many videos, and we also have some videos that we will post later, so that you can install Android Studio. I won't waste time installing and all those. So. So we need to import a Flutter package, and we know, right, our main function should be there. Flutter dot starts execution here only. Now where we are using, see, this was from Flutter package. We are using that from Flutter package. Run app of run app takes a widget, and I am passing text. Text is the one of widgets. Like the first widget we are going to cover. Text is the widget. We are passing a text. Run app takes widget. So we are passing text of hello world, and there should be material app and everything should be there. But as we are not giving everything in the first time, we need to specify text direction also, or else it will throw error that. So this was text. Text is a widget. It takes argument. What is text? It is the okay. It was position argument actually, not keyword named argument. Yeah. You can see you can always see quick documentation here. Okay, string data is the positional argument. So the string we passing hello world is the positional argument, and there were optional keyword arguments. This one, if you want to use them, we can use, like the first one is the positional argument string. We gave that that was the string that will be displayed, and I specify text direction. I will run this app. Actually, now that hot reload won't work until we keep we keep our app inside material. Until then, kind of slow, not very much slow, but it will be very, like, I need to hot restart every time. So see, can you see that this is the output it was printing? Text of hello world is printing at the top of the screen. In the you might not able to see that. Let me style that with text, and I will increase the font size and see. Changing the color is this super easy. If hot reload was there, even when immediately after saving, if I saved, it will reflect in app. I will include in material app very quickly that I can't every time hot restart. So like I was eager to include that in material app, but I see this. Sorry. See, so I'll make it to a center. Wrap it with center. Center is another widget which contains child. Like everything in Flutter is a widget. If you want to do something, try a widget. Look for a widget and enclose what you have in another that widget. Like that. Everything is widget. Whatever you want to do it with widget. See, with center is a widget which makes its child to the center of the space occupied by it. As the center is the root of the widget tree, like it will occupy the whole screen, and that will text is the child, its immediate child to it. It will make the text widget to the center. Now I will move this to the like another class I will make, and I will move the center everything to this class so that we can reuse that everything. Poor in naming, don't. So here you are seeing my class was extending stateless widget. What is stateless widget? Is the base class that this was extending. Every widget should extend this. These are stateful widgets were also there, which has state. State is the some values we can say. The stateless widget won't change its state. That is, from the declaration of it to the end, it won't. Every time it is the same. It is the same custom center. There is nothing that is going to change in custom center. If it is a stateful widget, there might be some part of which changes. Like from if you are fetching values from database. The changing like state will be changing. That is different between stateful and stateless. Yeah. We need to return, like in build, we need to return that widget. I guess the extra. Yeah. So here I will call this widget. See, the same thing what we made is like everything we wrote there, we moved into some class so that we can reuse it simply every time. And I call it, now I include this in actually material app. Material app is the basic for building material apps. So what it takes is a home, like Android Studio was a little kind glitching something. Okay, home is the first widget it should render. Like if you give this one, our app will first render this widget, custom center of widget. Okay, these are this home was a argument for this material app, so there should be separated by commas. I use a C++ very lot, so I was keeping colons every time. So this was the material app provides something, but that implementation is done by scaffold. If we include a scaffold, that won't be there. Scaffold is the implementation, like basic layout of the material app. Like it implements everything, basic everything that is needed for the basic Flutter material app layout. So what do you want to do? Scaffold, yeah. Scaffold. Okay. Scaffold has app bar. App bar is the thing you get in the apps here. Like if you are, I think you can see my cursor. Like here in the app, we will get here, right? That is called app bar. So we are giving, there was a app bar class, and we can give title. Title accepts the widget as the argument. Like I will show the documentation. See, okay, here it was mentioned timing, but title, we takes the widget as argument. Its title is, let's keep my first tab, and scaffold, everything else will go to body. See, this was the basic material layout we got. Yeah, an app bar. This was everything else on app bar will come under body, and it will also give many other things like a dryer. App dryer is something like when we click here, it will come. Like when we to route between pages, there will be, when we click on that, every page link will be there. Like settings, see recent tweets, like that will be there, right? That and all we can do simply by keeping a dryer. It has a dryer thing. See the dryer argument. If you pass that dryer, like there was class implementing dryer also. So for this dryer argument, using that class, we can pass the value. So this is the boy scaffold. See, Aditya, I'm seeing now. I changed hello world, hello to. I just pressed Control S. It reflected in app. See how wonderful doing development, like seeing changes in the real time. And there is the floating action button also. It provides. Floating action button equals to, and there was a class implementing the class for that. We need not write anything. Floating action button now. So what it will take, let's see. So sorry, I created a floating action button. See, it takes child, widget child. So we can enclose whatever you want in this child. Child is to, I will keep an icon of, there was icons, icons.now, you will get everything. I forgot what it called. So what you want me to keep? I will keep an image here. Add a photo will be in this. See here, this floating action button came here, and we can specify location of that also. Floating action button location equals to, that's what actually I pressed last time. Dot center. That pen I placed outside on. Okay. It will come to center dock. Now it will come to this place. So this was the text widget. We learned text widget. What is text widget? We saw what center does, and we saw what is scaffold. Scaffold is implementation of material layout, basic material layout, and that's it. And now I move to container. So let me write a class for that. Stateless. I will name it as custom container. So what it simply returns is container of. It takes a child which is a widget. We pass our old widget to this. What is a custom center? So custom center of. So now we are we so don't see anything like you didn't notice anything, right? So I will add color to the container there so that you can see. I will make it blue. Actually, we never called this class. Why are seeing for changes? So instead of this custom center, I'm calling this custom container. I don't understand why the color is not coming. Okay, let me write in decoration. Okay, we can't specify both, like this color and this. I'm removing this. I was doing something which is wrong. Let me see. I was calling custom container. I calling custom container. Custom container is returning a container which has child as custom center and it has a decoration color. Okay. This is the argument for the container, not box decoration. See what happened. It doesn't have actually. Container was the outside. Container was there outside the scaffold. That's what is actually problem from. Let me. What I will do is I will just I will remove this class. Like scaffold, inside scaffold container should be there, but it was actually there inside the scaffold was there inside the container. That's what I will just change this and I will include this this with container. The same thing. Okay. See now. When home was changed, we need to hard restart. When home route changes, we need hot restart. Reload won't work. Now I will rename this. Yeah, that's it. We added a container. Let me add color property now. See, the entire thing got color. This actually, when nothing is specified, container should take the space of the child, not its parent. Like now, the container is spanning entire thing, right? It should actually ideally should when text direction, not like, let me see what makes it span, like, yeah, center, because of center it is taking the entire space. Like what container will do is it spans the its child. Like if child was there, if this hello world was child, it spans over its child. If now center is because like blue on green is not looking Good. I will make it to white. And also the same height and the same width. So we should add, I will add padding to this. Padding edge insets dot all. Let me show you. There for adding padding, there are many constructors. From left top, right, bottom, we can specify left first, top right, top second, right third, like that. Or we can specify for everything, or we can specify for only, like only left. These are all named parameters. They're optional, so we can specify for whatever we want. I will specify for everything. I will make some 80. See, now it came to this. There was decoration argument it takes. Container, yeah, here. Decoration, text decoration, box decoration is the class that implements when we specify box decoration, the normal color argument should not be specified, because the box decoration also takes color. So to make it not no ambiguous, it was like that. And I will make the shape circular. Box shape dot circle. See, if you are writing this with CSS, guess how much time you take to do this design. Flutter was very fast to. If we will be very productive if you use Flutter. That's what I'm going to say. And I will specify gradient for this. Linear gradient. So it takes positional argument colors, not positional argument. It was the keyword named parameter. Okay. Colors is to colors dot. I will start with green and go to blue. See. Let us make this like it will begin. It was now vertical from here to here. Let me make it from this to this. It takes other parameters also. Begin is to alignment dot bottom left. End is to alignment dot top right. I guess I forgot a comma here. Yeah. See, from this to this direction to this direction it came. It was that simple to add anything. We just need to see documentation what it gives. It is giving a border radius, box shadow for making it like right, shadow, how it spans here. It is shadow, blend mode, shape. We just need to see. Go to quick documentation, see what what the class is offering, and see if using something will help us. And quickly use that. That's it. See, now we completed container. Container is like div. We can give div in HTML and CSS. We can give it something, and like we can make from div. We can make whatever we want. It gives many. It takes many things. Child, padding, margin. Let's move it to the center using margin. I will give something to top also. Only if I will give something at the top and left only. I will give 50 at the left, 50, 70, 80, left to top, right and bottom. I don't want anything. Okay. Margin padding and every shapes, box shadow, and it will give container will give everything. We can change it to what the center. We move to row, column, list view. That kind of these three we covered, like actually text, center. Text actually don't take child. Center and container takes child as a single widget. Now that row, column, list view, these all will take a children. They will have more than one children. So let me first give what I will do is move this container to a new class. Include this container. I will move to new class so that I can reuse the same thing as the children. It was declared more than once now. Okay, I will rename it. That custom container just I now just written was returning, not returning anything. It's just returning container of. That's why we got it. When we change home, we need to hot restart. Now that I will move this entire container part to the our new widget. See, there was no body for it. Like now I will create a body. What I will do, first I will show what is row. Row is like a list of widgets. Row. It takes children. Previous two, center and container takes child. This takes children. Children is plural. So we need to pass a list. What I will do is I will call this only like the same widget 3 times. I was calling. If I give 3 times, see what happened is it doesn't have space for that, like for that to span. Like row na horizontally, column is vertical. Previously my app tried to span the same thing, like if you flip how it looks like, it wanted to span like that, but there wasn't space available, so it showed error. While if we need that kind of stuff, we might need to provide scroll views and all. Scroll view is also a simple widget. We just need to enclose this in that, like make this child a scroll view. That's it. Everything is like that. If you want something, we need to make this child of that. That's it. So this is the row. This is column. So I will add another custom container. See now it also want to paint the third one, but there was no space in our screen. So in that case, like there was this widget. Instead of this, we need to use list view. List view. See now we can scroll this. Actually, in this inside this container, our text was aligned left. I don't like that. Let me change that. There was an align property, alignment.center. Actually, it should be aligned. That's why I took it. Okay, I was writing inside text. Sorry. inside container. Alignment it is. I don't know what happened. I did something here at last time. See, it came to center. This list view, because of this list view, we can scroll. List view also takes another horizontal. What is the time actually? Oh, I have another 8 minutes left. I will try to cover quickly. List view takes a scroll direction. We can make it vertical also, horizontal also. See, I was not sure what is. If you are not sure what is it, we just need to see what class it takes. Axis dot vertical. So horizontal. See, it is a horizontal list view. If we need scroll view also will be there. If we need custom scroll bars, we can do. This list view will be suffice for normal use cases. I covered row, column, list view. So yeah. Now I will go to navigation. Let's now for all this time we are working in only one screen. So our apps won't complete in one screen, right? So we will have many screens. We need to efficiently route between them. If we implement drawer, it will be very easy. Like drawer now, from one page we can go to every other page, or simply from on clicking something we go to next page. From there, one click something we go to next thing. We will implement that kind of system. So I will give names to the routes. Like for every screen, I will give a name. This slash is the route of the route. Every time our app starts when routes per argument is passed, home argument should not be given. Like previously, there is the home equal home is to, right? That shouldn't be passed now. When in routes, whatever we specify by this, it will be the home screen. So I will make my home page as the home screen. Okay, it's actually we need to return that. I am writing a Lambda function that will return my home page. This takes context as a Lambda function, taking context as an argument and returning my home page, creating an object for my home page and returning that. And now I will create another page, name it, route it as second context. I will create a class my second page. That's it. It will show error because there was no class like that. I will create stateless my second page. So what I will do, I will simply keep a center and child text. Scaffold we need to place. Without scaffold, it will be like what we did in first. App bar is to app bar of title. My second page. It is showing error because text takes widget, not string. So here it should be written. Okay. Now that in our second page there is only one app bar, I will give body also. In the body, I will create a center and I will keep text as child for it. Now I need not give touch direction that I gave earlier, because now it was inside this scaffold. It will be taken. When there is nothing else other than text, we should give in, because there is nothing that specifies direction in which it should span. I do some styling. Okay, second page will contain our second page name. Okay, how to route that, how to go to that page, we didn't say anything. What I will do is, as we already created a floating action button previously, I will make, on tapping this floating action button, now I was tapping that, but it was nothing happening. So I will make that work. Like when we click on this, it will go to that page. For that, inside this floating action button, this takes one argument on pressed. On pressed, what we should do? There was a on pressed. It takes a function. Navigator is the navigator is a navigator gives that ability to route between them, like route between pages. So I was pushing navigating. If I push a page into navigator, it will push. It will go context, and it should what route we are giving. What is the route name that I give? Second/second. So on tapping, I was this facilitate that routing. So we are pushing a named even without naming pages screens, we can route using navigator.push. But I like this navigator.push name for cleaning. It will be very clean if you use this. So let's check if it is working. So there was some error. Let's check it to hot reload or restart. Yeah, hot, like when we change something in the material app routes, it requires hot restart. Home, when we change home, like I will increase this font size in this. Font size equals to 28. So this is our second page. So this is how we wrote in this. So this is the what I want to. This is the basic widgets I want to cover in the session. But I covered only a few of many. So how you will learn? So for that, Flutter actually has a very good documentation, and it has a series called Flutter widget of the week. In widget of the week, it covers a widget every week. Like it takes a widget and it creates a short video on that widget. Let me show you a video from widget of the week. And what I was saying is, if you want learn something new, you just Google documentation, and before reading documentation, once see this video, you will be good to go. Akhil, can you play that video? Is it playing?
Hero transitions are a common UI pattern. They let the user know that they change screens, while keeping the focus of the interaction front and center. Flutter has the Hero widget. It will automatically create a hero transition between two navigator routes. Flutter will figure out where the widget is on both routes and animate the change between locations. Let's say you want to use a picture as your hero. Put it on both the page routes, the one that you'll be transitioning from and the one you'll be transitioning to. Then, wrap the image with a hero widget on both pages. Add a tag. This can be any object. The important thing is to use the same tag on both pages so that Flutter knows which hero we're animating. And you're done. For best results, make the widget tree below the hero widget identical on both screens. Hero doesn't need to wrap only images, of course. Experiment with clips for some really cool animation effects. For more info on Hero and all the other widgets, head to flutter.io.
You saw how hero widget works. It makes transitions from one page to another page while keeping the focus on the asset. Like you in video, you might have seen there will be an image when clicking on that, it will transition into another page. But while transitioning into that page, that the user can see that image. Like it won't be like that page will, like the photo will entirely go, and another in second page it will be all fresh. Like it was a smooth animation from this page to that page. So you saw how the widget hero, you want to implement that in your app. So I created that like a time completed. Yeah, I already previously created. I will show you that actually. So I will first run this in the meantime. Yeah, I'll explain code parallelly because it takes time to run first time. Okay. There are two pages in our app. First one is page 1, and another thing is page 2. I wrote.
And you're done.
Can you mute? Okay, there were two pages. For this time, like last time, I shown you like vast development process. We should not write everything in single file. We can simply create folders for pages, one folder, for widgets, one folder, for core logic, one folder, and we simply place the classes into each folder, and we can directly simply import that. Akhil, can you mute yourself? Like, yeah. It was from network, image was from network, so it is taking time to come. Yeah, if it was image from Asetta, it will load immediately. Yeah, see, now image loaded from net. I will explain what is there in page 1 and what is there in page 2. Here previously we didn't change anything that came input. If you want to like change the theme of the app, just with changing this, only this argument, we can change this. Like if you want to everything we can change. There is nothing that we can't change. We can design like whatever we want. While specifying theme, like there was theme data is a class and dark is a constructor, and this copy with we will make everything as it is and change the arguments we pass it. Like defaultly it gives something, right? It keeps everything like that, and only scaffold background color will be changed to dark blue. From the default we are changing only scaffold background color, that is copy with constructor. Page 1, inside page 1 we have one scaffold. Okay, this one is gesture detector. Gesture detector is like we saw in floating action button, it have pressure only pressed, because it is the floating action button, so it should be pressed. So it has only one callback on pressed. This gesture detector, if you want to capture any event that user does, any possible event, you can use this gesture detector. On tap cancel, on secondary, on double tap, down, long press, swipe vertically, horizontal, like for everything there will be a callback. We can whatever actions you want to capture, you can just write a function for that. Here what I was doing, on tap I was navigating to another page. That page name is detail, and it is the second page. Okay, and you might have seen photo, like in that video you might have seen image, or you might not have seen anything, but like circle avatar is the some, it will make for profile pics it will be ideal actually. It will be circular avatar, and its background image it will take, and it is the network image. So this image is from network. You can provide for providing images, we can give like from assets, from networks, and from network. And there was something called cached image network. Like if it was the first time, it will fetch from the internet, but it will cache at the same time, and from next subsequent times it will load from cache itself. You might have seen video that here the page from where we are transition to, and to the in the page both we need to give a hero tag that here I gave it as profile image. In page 2, what is here also one guess, I mean there was some container the enclosed in hero image. This was the same tag. See here profile image, here also profile image. They have the same tag, so it will animate the transition from this page to this page. See, we have a neat transition from this to that. So this inside hero there is a container which contain an image. That's it. In the container declaration there was a property to set image also. So I set it here. That's it. So here what I want to say is, you will enter a new widget hero, and we just use that with the previous code. We know like these everything is already we know. We just enclose it with a hero tag, and we are done. It was that simple to build learn new widget and build it in your app. Here I want to show this callback. On tap I was popping the context, like navigator it will maintain like you, whatever you push, not like you, I can say like stack. First home page will be there. Whenever something is pushed, this will be there. And if from here also, if you push there like this, like now I will change this from pop to, I will again push that. I have that right. I push named off. What is the name of the first home page? Slash. Okay, it context comma. First argument is context. Context is just reference in the widget tree where you want to place this widget, like that. So yeah, let's wait for our monkey. Yeah, it came. So we went to second page. When I click it to, we should get first page. But if you see here, there was back option. When we go to this, we will get this. When again back, we will get this. So as long as we go, it will be pushing into the stack. So now if you want to like this, so all this you need to go back. So previously how it was there, just I put navigator dot pop. So it will just pop. What is the previous page it has? The in the here when I click on this, I was popping it. So there was no back button here, right? See, because there was nothing else before this in the stack. This. This will be when I came to this page in stack, there was two pages. One is the home page and another is this page. When I click on this, I was popping out the last one. So only this was there, and this will be rendered. That's it, guys. Thank you for attending the session. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I'm done.